President Biden said he was sending his staff to Detroit. They're not there right now. You just heard Sean Fain say something about the White House injecting themselves into negotiations. Do you think the President White House should intervene?
First of all, I do not believe that the president should intervene or be at the negotiating table. I've said that from the beginning. But, you know, if anything that the pandemic has just taught us is that, like, who's in an office and who's working. I talk to Gene Sparling multiple times a day and have all summer. I don't think they've got a role at the negotiating table. I think every one of us that are policymakers and other stakeholders need to understand what these issues are, what we can do to support those discussions at the table, and what we need to do coming out of these to help make a strong, viable, competitive industry that's employing American jobs. And I'm not going to let these electric vehicles be built in China. Even though someone else says they want them built 100% in China, I'm fighting to make sure they're here with good paying American jobs.
Well, you know, Michigan, I don't have to tell you this, that it is a competitive state. We're going into an election year. I just asked Sean Fain what it would take for the union to endorse President Biden, who says he's the most pro-union president ever. And he said that has to be earned. That's a pretty big statement.
Well, first of all, he's also said that Donald Trump would be a disaster, and I could go into that at length. But I really have to tell you that I think that we got to keep these two issues totally separate. I'm really worried about what's happening at the table, and that it is going to determine the future of the auto industry in Michigan. I want to keep presidential politics out of this and do what's right from a policy perspective. Then we can talk about the presidential election. Michigan's a competitive state. I keep telling you all, it's a purple state. It's not a blue state. But when we get a good agreement that keeps America strong, keeps our workers strong, then I think they'll know who they're going to support, and they're going to support someone that supports the American worker.
Sure, but Democrats love to say
that
somebody,
they are by the way, that doesn't care about.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, you know, everybody's like, Donald Trump says he's going to swoop in and do a pickup, and he doesn't care about their pay raises. He doesn't care about COLA. He doesn't care about retirement. He doesn't care about pensions. He doesn't care. I mean, last time he campaigned in Michigan, he told the companies they should move to other states where they pay people less money. So I think that we all as policymakers need to understand the issues. How do we support this transition so that we are staying competitive in this country? But I want to do presidential politics after this is done at the table and we are keeping a strong, viable industry, which is make the workers part of the success.
Debbie Dingell, Congresswoman, I appreciate your insight. Face the Nation will be back in a minute. Stay with us.